Subject is simply very small. Well, you do not match any known description of a human. You are too small to be standard, too old to be an infant, and yet the scanner insists you are human. Let's see what else it can tell me about you. Elevated heart rate, mild anxiety, heightened alertness. You appear nervous. There's no reason to be nervous, okay? You've not been selected for anything dangerous. Our civilization conducts abductions for scientific research. Every species contributes to our understanding of the universe. Oh, I just realized something. You're probably wondering how you can understand me. Why, this is a universal translator. It converts my language into one that your brain can understand and vice versa. Pretty cool, huh? My name is Brianna, or in my language, Tuka. Oh, the translator informs me that your brain understood none of that. Unfortunate. That was the impressive version. Yeah, it also struggles with human slang. Funny story, one of my colleagues tried to translate "It's raining cats and dogs." There was considerable confusion. Oh, there we go. Communication link stable. Let me fix yours. Excellent. Do you have a name? That is a beautiful name. Well, now then, let us determine exactly what you are. There is only one way to resolve this. We will conduct a series of scientific experiments, but do not worry, they're mostly harmless, okay? So, I want you to remain still as I put on some gloves. Alright, let's begin the facial inspection. So, I'm just going to have a look at your head. Okay, two eyes, one nose. Okay, that is the acceptable amount of facial features for a human. Okay, please remain still, subject. Just going to feel around and make sure everything is in place. Okay. Just going to slightly touch. Alright, nothing appears to be missing. That is always reassuring. Okay, so now I am going to collect some different genetic samples. This will only take a moment. So first, I'm going to take this cotton swab, and I just need you to open your mouth. There we go. Just gonna swab this around. Alright, now I will take one of your ears, so slightly turn your head to the side. This will slightly tickle. Okay. And lastly, I will stick one up your nose. Perfect. I will send this to the lab. These should resolve the matter. Alright. So next, I'm going to take a few pictures. So let me grab my camera. Please make a neutral expression eyes look good. Okay, very well. We will now begin the eye examination. So please look directly at my finger, please. Ignore the light. Keep looking at my finger. Okay. Okay, now I want you to follow the light with your eyes. Ready? We will go up and down first. Up and down and side to side. Okay, now I want you to look at my finger and ignore the light. So do not look at the light itself. Continue following my finger with your eyes. Good, 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 good. Okay. Okay. Alright. Next test. Please continue looking straight ahead, and I want you to tell me the moment my fingers leave your field of view. Ready? Okay. Good. Good. Excellent. Good. Your visual awareness appears intact. That is generally considered beneficial. However, the scanner is requesting a closer inspection. Apparently, human eyes contain a surprising amount of information, so please remain still, okay? Just going to gently lift your eyes and have a look. Okay. The blood vessels appear healthy. Pupil response normal. No signs of parasites. Let me check the other eye. As my records indicate that emotional states can sometimes be detected in the eyes. I see stress and I see curiosity. Okay, excellent. The eyes appear fully functional and disappointingly free of secret alien ancestry. Eye exam is now complete. We shall now move on to the next exam. But before that, allow me to remove my gloves. Very well. I will now take a few measurements. Please remain still. So, beginning with the face, I'm going to measure your facial width. So that is going to be about 6, 8, 4. Good. Now from your hairline to your chin. 6, 8, 1, 4. Okay. Now your facial. Tilt your chin slightly, please. Okay, that's about 6, 8, 1. Interesting. Now I'm going to do the distance between your eyes. Hold still. It's going to be about 8. Spacing appears to be normal, which is reassuring. If your eyes were significantly farther apart, I'd be required to fill out several additional forms. Okay. Now your cheekbone width. 2, 6, 3, 4, 8, 2, 1. Good, 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 good. Now your facial proportions are consistent. I'm going to measure the neck. Please stay still for me. Good. 2, 6, 3, 8, 1, 4, 9. Alright, perfect. And your shoulders. That is about 6, 7, 9, 2, 3, 4, 8, 6, 2, 1, 8, 4, 8. Excellent. Your facial, neck, and shoulder measurements all fall within expected human parameters. You are, in fact, a very convincing human. Okay. Measurements. Both subjects appear equally confused. The resemblance is becoming increasingly unhelpful. I may have underestimated how difficult this comparison would be. Droid. That cannot be correct. One moment. I'm requesting access to the interconnected intelligence network, and this will not be translated as this is highly confidential. Oh, this is my supervisor. Well, this is awkward. It appears you are, in fact, a human. I would like to formally apologize for the allegations. Excellent. Now that your species has been confirmed, we may proceed to the behavioral research portion of today's test. Very well. Species is confirmed. Human. This makes things considerably easier. Alright. The exam has concluded. We may now begin the interview. And before I begin, I do owe you an explanation. Humans are actually quite famous where I come from. Perhaps not for the reasons you'd expect. Many civilizations admire humans. You are considered resilient. Your species has survived disasters, conflicts, environmental changes, economic crises, and yet somehow you still continue forward. Our historians find that impressive because, well, most intelligent species spend their energy trying to avoid difficulty, while humans seem determined to run directly into it. We still do not understand why. Another quality often discussed is your curiosity. Humans will spend years attempting to answer a question simply because they wish to know the answer, even when the answer serves no practical purpose. That is surprisingly rare. On my world, the knowledge is shared through the Interconnected Intelligence Network, or IIN for short. Every citizen can access centuries of information instantly. There's very little mystery, very little discovery. Humans, however, are very different. You guys still explore, you still wonder, you still look up at the stars and ask what is out there. That is one of the reasons we study your species. Now then, I have a few questions for you. First question. Why do humans repeatedly stay awake long after deciding they should sleep? Oh, okay. Remarkable. Okay. Second question. Why do humans become emotionally attached to specific objects? For example, a blanket or a stuffed animal even. The object serves no unique function, yet losing it causes distress. Our scientists debated this for years. Okay. Okay. So the object itself is not what humans are protecting, it is the memory attached to it. Wow, that is strangely beautiful. Okay. Is that a government agency? It's a video game. Humans have been waiting how long? And you are all still functioning. Remarkable resilience. I'm beginning to understand why your species is admired. Final question. If humans know they will eventually die, why do they continue making plans for years in the future? That answer, more than any other, is the one our people have never fully understood. Okay. 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 Interesting, interesting. Interesting. Why that answer appears to involve concepts such as hope, purpose, love, ambition, responsibility, and something called spite. Our translators continue to struggle with the last one. Regardless, your species is remarkable. And the visual conclusion of the study is as follows. Humans are small, frequently confused, surprisingly fragile, and yet they continue. They continue exploring, learning, caring about one another, making plans for future things they may never see, and for reasons our greatest scientists still cannot explain.